Hi, hello, and in today's video, I am drawing my D&D character Stella again. I got this idea to make a portrait series of every member of the party I'm in, and I'm starting with Stella because that's just who makes the most sense here because she is my character. She's also the easiest to draw out of all of them. You'll see me struggle next week. Not as hard as you'll see me struggle after the week after that, and the week after that, and the week after that. I'm joking. It's just I don't know how to draw furries, so I'm gonna get my ass kicked. But it's fine. It's all in good fun. And the inspiration for these portraits are the really well painted Renaissance portraits. For the base sketch, I just kept it my normal style. Stella isn't exactly realistically proportioned anyway because she is a living doll. She's she has big eyes and she has doll proportions. I'll try to bring it back into a more realistic proportion when I do all the other characters because they're not meant to they're not dolls. That's the best way I can put it. They're they're living, they're alive. And for this, I did some research on different Renaissance outfits that I wanted to possibly do for this. I actually had a really nice time, looking on Pinterest and stuff for, fancy, old-timey outfits. And then for Stella's hair, she has a jellyfish cut, which isn't very Renaissance-y, but what I did was I put half of the long part up into a bun, and then the rest of it is flowing down. I really liked this because I do like her long hair. I think it makes her just more not real, if that makes any amount of sense. I think the long flowing almost like princess hair it doesn't make her seem real, and that's kind of what I want with her. As you know from my last video where I was drawing her reference sheet, she is a homebrew D&D race that I made, but they're called a living doll. They're on D&D Beyond. I don't know if you can use other people's homebrew for free, but I made my own homebrew for this. I did see other living dolls homebrew, but her story has a lot to do with the New Capenna realm, or crystal sphere, or whatever you want to call it. So these living dolls are specific to New Capenna. For the rendering, I tried to do it normally, but then I just rendered with it over the shadows because I thought it looked more painterly and more like some old-timey thing and someone was painting than a what's it called? Then a digital art piece. Sorry, I completely forgot the word for digital painting. I wanted it to look as painted as I could possibly get it because I'm no Picasso, so I wasn't going to get it as perfect. I do enjoy the process of painting. The only thing that sucks is that I was trying to go for a more realistic style, which meant I have to draw real noses. We can see how this is a problem. I don't really render real noses, and I was getting my ass kicked repeatedly trying to render this nose. I did it on a call with my friends who were telling me a bunch of different things, and I was trying to follow all of them. And I love you guys because I know you're watching, but I was like, oh, what the fuck? What do I do with this nose? I got it to a point where I thought it was acceptable, but then I cleaned it up a little bit more later. But yeah, I think all the noses are gonna kick my ass. Maybe except for the furry noses. Surprisingly, actually, Krill might be the easiest because he's a bird man. Oh my god. Okay, sorry, I just had a real revelation that even though every time I've drawn Krill, he looks like a Muppet, he's an Aircakra? Sorry, that was a stuttery. So he's a bird man, literally like a bird person. I'll introduce everybody as they go on. I will say next week is the icon Serhei, which has caused everybody I know who knows Serhei to brain rot about Serhei, including myself. I'm excited to do Serhei because Serhei is a special little man and everybody needs to know about Serhei. But I'll talk more about Serhei next week. So for the painting process, I don't really have much to say other than I did just emphasize, I did highlights over shadows. But yeah, I thought I'd talk more about like Stella and like Stella's personality and like story, or no, because I already read her backstory. I wanted to talk more about like Stella as like Stella, because she is definitely one of my favorite characters I've ever made. She's my first D&D character, and I really enjoy her. I think she's funny. She's the kind of a classic amnesia story, because I thought it was easier, but I think she does it in a way that's different, because a lot of the classic amnesia, they still know how to read and write and like how things work. It's just like so you're learning everything with the main character, which she's not the main character, but in shows and stuff. I really liked the fact that for Stella, this is just like a fun fact, she does not know how to read or write. She forgot that when she got killed or when she got murdered, because this is no newsflash. When you're a living doll, you were a soul at some point in a living body and you got put in the doll. That's not even like I wouldn't even say that's like a spoiler to anyone else. Everybody would know that one. For Stella's personality, I like to think that even when people lose their memories like that, they're still at the core still them. And Stella, before she became a doll, was goofy, silly, just wild. She was funny, she was caring, she was naive, and I kept that in there for Stella because I think it's just her character. So when we did have a campaign before and we're restarting it due to drama that I'm not going to bring up here, and that all I'm going to say here is if anybody related to that drama who is not correct, please stay away from me and stay away from my channel. Thank you. Anyway, I'm not going into that. I'm not an art commentary channel. I'm not a drama channel. This is internal. If I am forced to mention something, I will. But beyond that, that's all I'm saying. Just, you know who you are. Stay away from me. Thank you. But we're restarting the campaign, and knowing this and knowing Stella's story, because halfway through the first campaign, I thought it would be really cool to make Stella's arc, like character development, based off of the 5 stages of grief. And now I can actually put that in there, because denial, anger, acceptance, and all that, because she's grieving herself, like she's grieving her own life. At first she's in denial because she knew she was alive at some point, but doesn't really remember anything. And then as she remembers, she starts to grieve who she was as a person. And so getting through that, I thought it was kind of like a beautiful way of showing growing up. And not even just growing up, just like losing yourself. Not losing yourself, but becoming a new person, but realizing that which is what Stella's her arc is about in her story. But yeah, Stella is also very fiercely loyal and kind. When she makes friends with the rest of the party, she's pretty, you're my best friend now forever, especially to Sergei. But that's because I like bothering Sergei so bad. It's like my favorite activity to get Stella to bother Sergei. But yeah, and then also but that's basically Stella's story, essentially. Or her, like, not her, like her theming, her whole deal is just like learning to be like, I guess, accept you as you are no matter what. I just thought it was a beautiful thing, especially for such a silly character, because Stella is really silly. I think it's because I'm really silly and I can't take anything serious. This in the nicest way possible to myself. It's very hard unless it's something really serious, it's really hard for me to take something seriously. Constantly making jokes about dumb things all the time, no matter what. And so Stella is constantly doing dumb shit I think is funny. But that also plays into her character being naive. That's why she can't read or write, because I thought it was really funny. She would take a letter and try to read it and not be able to read it. I thought that was really funny. Or the bothering Sergei thing, it makes me laugh my ass off because Stella just being herself gets under his skin as a character because she's not proper. She doesn't know anything. She's just wild as hell. She's just hilarious, and I love Stella. She's my favorite. And just so much fun. She's probably the most fun character I've had in some time. And it's so fun playing her because she doesn't know. Okay, in the last campaign, which I don't talking about it, but this is just an example of it. For Christmas, I did a bit, and I will purely say this was a bit because I thought it was really fucking funny, that Stella overnight just slaved away baking cookies, and she basically now has an infinite amount of cookies. And then in one episode where there was one session where there was glitter, she picked up the glitter and put them on the cookies, and now she had an infinite amount of glitter cookies that she gave to everybody. And if you did not eat the glitter cookie and you did not cherish the glitter cookie, she would hate your guts. It was so funny because of like how dumb it was. Anyway, this is obviously not like a portrait of her that's like in her like character at all. Of a portrait, like a nice, like I said, Renaissance style portrait that I will be doing for all the characters, and I'll be doing a rundown. Everyone else, I'll give a rundown on what I'm allowed to say about their backstories and their personalities and stuff. I'll just have to grab that and I'll talk about it. So yeah, this is Stella del Sol, and thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.